Yo, what is up, everybody? I'm Phritzy, and you probably have not seen me for a long time, or you've never seen me. Who knows? I was making a lot of videos, say back in September, October, give or take, and then all suddenly I disappeared. I made a small update video and said I would be up in a couple weeks, and then about a month and a half went by and nothing. And let me explain why. This is an actual video of me talking to myself. And first off, how do y'all do? Second, here's a beer. This is probably the last beer I'm going to have in a while. And I'll explain why. No, you probably know why. It's March 20th, 2020. That means the COVID-19, coronavirus, that nasty, shitty virus that's awful, is on a rampage. So anyway, I'm on self-isolation and probably won't be grabbing any more beer for a while because they're shutting down essential or non-essential services, which makes perfect sense. But anyway, this is the last beer I have. I had a few other earlier today, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm excited to make a video. So let's backtrack for a second. Let me just give a lot of updates. I had a child. I kind of mentioned that in my update video, but I had a little boy. He's now 5 months, so I guess that's probably the extent of my hiatus, my sudden hiatus. But I guess part of why I disappeared is because my son was due November 12th, and the boy showed up October 17th. And it was actually 2 days earlier that my wife's water broke, and well, we went to bed thinking everything was normal. Her pregnancy was super easy. But 2 o'clock in the morning, baby wants to come out. So we rushed to the hospital, and then we were in the hospital for like almost 2 days. No, 24 hours. So 21 hours she was in labor. And that's an entire video of the experience of how that all happened, which I'll go into on a separate date. But we were in the hospital for like 5 days, and it was this well time. And then I was naive and thought that I would be tired for a few weeks. I wouldn't be able to make any videos. And no, turns out that you lose a lot of sleep, and it sucks, and it's horrible. Then as time went on, we're starting to get a little bit more sleep. The kid's getting a little bit more independent. He can kind of chill on his tummy. He's playing with toys now, which is really cool. But we decide to move. So right around the time I made a little update video saying, hey, I'm going to make a video soon. I'm kind of in transition. I wasn't sure what was happening. And then we all of a sudden decided to move. And I found this place with a den meaning like no window. So I was like, cool, I can turn this place into an actual office. If you look around, there's some foam in the background. Still playing around with the lighting and the sound. I'm not sure how the reverb is, if there's an echo. I'm partly making this video to test things out. I'm trying to figure out the best angle to put a camera. So right now I'm putting it right here, and I'm leaving the lighting as is. But the great thing, obviously, about having something like this is once I have the perfect setup, I can just turn everything on. I don't have to to give you context, if you didn't notice, my last setup was in my living room, so I would have to clear everything out. I'd have to tell my wife, okay, you gotta go in the other room and be quiet. And then sometimes she would come out and she would be watching stuff, and it's not her fault. It's just it's an open space. So this is cool. Anyway, so I got this office set up probably about a week and a half ago. My brother was helping me out, and this desk just fits it perfectly. It's crazy. Um, yeah, and then the coronavirus really hit North America, and things got really scary, and I got stressed out. And I found out today my work is allowing us to stay at home for the next 30 days. So I'm taking it, and I'm going to use this time to, well, make videos, and really get back into what I'm passionate about. So here I am. I have so many different thoughts and emotions on everything that's happened in my life in the last 6 months and everything that's going on in the last week, 2 weeks. Really hard to know where to start, but I think the big thing that's on my mind now, um, I'd say the last 72 hours, about a week and a half maybe. Um, I was really, really stressed because things were really hitting home. Cases of this coronavirus are increasing every single day. I'm working every single day, and my job requires me to work on the front lines. Front lines meaning like I'm interacting with other customers, and since the virus is spread like any other virus, when you're interacting with people, people coughing and whatever, and it doesn't really matter how much sanitization measures you take, the chances are still there. Of course, you should still take a lot of, I don't know, sanitization measures. Wash your hands, don't touch your face, wash your hands again and again. um, but right now I'm thankful because I am constantly, ever since October when my son was born, and actually a little bit before then, because I still work for the same company, but I was working at a particular store, and we all suddenly got told that the store was closing, and I was really emotional about it. If you watch my last bigger video, I was really upset, and so it was just like one thing after another, and like boom, boom, boom. And then my son shows up, and then I get no sleep, and then it's Christmas. And then we decide to move, and then I actually got really sick for about a month. And then I got better, and then coronavirus showed up, and I'm like, I can't deal with this anymore. And all during that time, I didn't get much time to spend with my family. I didn't get much time to spend with my wife. I didn't get much time to spend with my son. Of course, on the weekends, I'm like thrilled to hang out with my kid, but I just haven't had the opportunity. So like today was thrilling. It was so cool to actually just, like, some people when they're told to stay home, they're like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I'm going to like go crazy. And for me, I was like, I get to play with my son, you know? That was really cool. Today, actually, Nintendo released Animal Crossing for the Switch. So my wife has been getting, she's right now on parental leave, taking care of my son, our son, and my son. It's her son too. But she's been taking care of our son, and she wants a bit of a break, and she's excited for this game. So today it was another cool thing because the game just got released, well, today. So it was like, I'm going to spend some time with our boy, and you go play the game. And basically for the majority of the day, I've been watching him, and I'm sitting there, I'm on the floor, I'm like carrying him around the house, he's giggling, he's laughing. It's a good time. So in spite of all the craziness and heavy emotions, I've been very emotional over this last bit. I think it's safe to say I've been incredibly emotional over the last 6 months. The last 6 months have been really tough, and again, I wasn't even able to make a video And part of it is, I've talked about in all my previous videos that I have a sense of self-sabotage, but I was determined to make something. Like the second when we were looking at places, a little bit of detail about this place that we picked. I always used to live downtown. I prefer downtown. I was like, I'm never going to live in the suburbs. And we're looking and we're looking. And part of why we wanted to move is we didn't have in-suite laundry and just a few modern things like that that make life really hard when you have a child. If you have a separate laundry room and it's just you or your partner, it's annoying. It can be frustrating, but it's doable. But when you have a kid that's like spitting up and vomiting and so many other fun things, you got to do laundry a lot more. And part of it is highly inconvenient because you're going through laundry so quickly, but also it's costs a lot of money. You think it costs a lot of money to run a machine? You think your electric bill is going to be high? No. We're spending probably like $80 a month just on laundry. So it was a lot. Anyway, so that kind of stuff. So we're looking and all the downtown places are way too expensive. We're trying to even downgrade because we were at a one-bedroom apartment. I can hear my wife playing with my son right now. Can you tell I'm in a good state of mind? I'm pretty happy. Anyway, baby, I hear you. And now my baby's laughing. Anyway, so we even tried to downgrade because we were in a 2-bedroom apartment, which we didn't really use that much. And we don't necessarily need a second bedroom for another couple of years with our son. Some people think you need a little bit more space. That's okay. We decided we didn't, but even downgrading downtown was way too much money. So I got to a point, I'm like, let's just go to the suburbs. And we found a place that was cheaper than what we were paying, but was far, far more modern. And I remember walking into this place and I really liked the look, but I walked into this room and I was like, I could put an office in here. I could put a studio. I could put up foam. I could like set up something for myself. This is so cool. I could actually set up something where I can eventually work from home. Oh my goodness. So here we are, 2020. The world is in a strange state of apocalypse. I go from being terrified to anxious and all those things, but I still want to look at the positivity. And today I just want to talk about the things I'm thankful for. I get to be home with my son for a month. That's pretty fucking fantastic. I managed to get an office for myself and I have the time to do it because I'm not at work. So I have the energy. And here I am, drinking a beer, enjoying life. I think that's about it. I think that's all I have to say. I will hopefully be making a lot more of these. Man, I just can't wait to continue. I can't wait to see what happens. Anyway, I hope everybody stays safe, stays healthy, and stays positive. Look for the positive things that are happening in your life. If you are staying at home, look for the positive things you can do. If you do have to work because you're an essential service, thank you for what you're doing. And if you are having to work and you should be staying home, really push your work to get to stay home. But yeah, everybody, be careful out there. Be positive. Have a fantastic day, night, or morning, or whatever time of day you're in. Have a great one. Peace.